Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? Are you selling on Amazon using the arbitrage business model and you want to make more money? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can do that's going to increase your revenue right away. And I'm going to do it by sharing a personal story of mine of how it worked for me. And this would probably work for you even if you were in wholesale. So the first thing we're going to do is take a quick look at my account. And we're in my Seller Central account. And you can see that today is April the 4th. The year is 2022. And we're just in the report section. You can find that right in Seller Central. And you're not really worried about April because that month just started. We're looking at January, February, and March. And what you're going to see is we went from 9,300 in January down to 8,800 in February. And then we jumped to $10,718. And so that's significant enough that you're going to want to pay attention because this is going to help you out. So you might be saying, okay, Horace, well, what did that mean for you in terms of actual money? Because this is just revenue. This is not what I get to keep. So we're going to hop over real quick into Inventory Lab. And when we go over there, that's where you can really see after you take out FBA transaction fees, selling fees, cost of goods. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what you really get to keep and watch what happens. We got to keep in January 1,400. We got to keep in February 2,200, and look at what happened in March. We got to keep 3,600. That's a difference, guys, especially if you work a full-time job like me. That's going to make a difference. So let's get into the things that I did. So number one, what I had to do, because I said I wanted to make more money. I even said it on this channel. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? Number one, I reduced the strain on my budget. Okay. You're going to need to reduce the strain on your budget. If you've been doing this business for any amount of time, and I'm talking arbitrage specifically, but it could also apply to wholesale. What we're doing is constantly sourcing, constantly bringing on new products. We're going to have to start to reduce the amount of inventory that's going into sourcing new products. Because here's what we know, guys. If you've done this business for any amount of time, what you know is when you're trying new products, there are no guarantees that it's going to sell, no matter what tools you use, no matter what your process is to evaluate. And you're evaluating the odds on whether or not the product is going to sell. No matter what you do, you don't know what's going to happen. So essentially, when you source new products and send them in, you're testing. Okay. We're going to have to reduce the amount of money that's spent on testing and put put more of your budget into products that are proven and you know are going to sell. This sounds easy. It's not, because when you're using all the tools out there, tactical arbitrage, Source Mogul, whatever you may be using, you're part of groups. There's always new items on sale and things that are wanting you to sell more, try new products. It is important. You do need to have the right balance of, replens versus new products. You got to do it because no matter what you're replenning, things can happen with that, right? You can get kicked off the listing. You can run out of stock. All types of things can happen, but your budget cannot be strained. If you want to make more money, you've got to put it into products that are actually proven. And proven, what I mean is proven is when you send it in, it's selling. So what that's going to do is it's going to help you with your systems as well. Because when you're sending in more of the same types of products, then you know how many products will fit in a certain size box. You just, boom, you get these things out, especially if you're a working class hustler, you're working a regular job. You have to be persistent. Okay. And that actually brings me to my next point. But one more thing on that, as far as reducing the strain on your budget. Another way, by reducing the strain on the budget, you get more of those dollars back. You got to understand, guys, a lot of your money is tied up in inventory. It's not doing you any good sitting in the warehouse. It's not doing any good sitting at your house or wherever you store. It's only doing good when it's moving. But here's another point that ties right into what I was just talking about. Guys, and this is something I had to get better on. You have to keep stock on your replens. That's number 2. It's very, very significant. You must keep stock on your replens. Now, it's going to sound very, basic. It's going to sound obvious, but if you're a working class hustler, here's what's going to happen. You're going to say, yeah, I need to keep stock on my replenishables. Then after you're done saying it, you got to do it. And there's so much going on in your world, you're not going to be on top of it, because what happens is this: keeping stock, it's not as simple as just ordering. You've got to use your mind, and you got to learn how to predict. You're not always going to be right, but you want to be in a certain pocket. It's so important. Think about what I'm about to tell you. When a customer is ready to buy a product, they're ready to buy it. And if you ain't got it at that moment, they're just going to keep on moving. They don't have the patience. And a lot of times when we're talking about patience, we're talking about, oh, how long will they watch your message? How long can you pitch to them? No, I'm talking about people today that shop online. They want that product during that one shopping session. You ain't got it, they ain't trying to come back. This was the time they allotted to shop, and they want what they want right then and there. And if you ain't got it, they're going somewhere else to get it as long as they can. If you're in arbitrage, especially replenishables, I should say, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be able to get it somewhere else. Guys, do not downplay this. It doesn't matter if you're FBA, if you're fulfilled by merchant. It doesn't matter. A lot of times, Amazon is trying to help you. I say it all the time. They have nothing to gain by you failing so that you lose and then go find another platform and leave their platform. They're making money because you are here. A lot of times they will help you and push that sale out, even though you haven't checked all the boxes that would get you the buy box. There's times I do it with groups. I love doing that kind of stuff. We find products and in the process, the evaluation process, we're looking at items and we're going, wow, how does this guy have the buy box? Number 1, he's merchant fulfilled. Number 2, he's not the cheapest. Amazon is pushing that out. Maybe you don't know why. It could be because you've got a proven track record and you're closer to the customer, and Amazon's priority is how quick can the customer get the product. So you have to have stock on those replens. That means you got to be on top of it. Okay. Today is Monday. I'm already looking at my replens and I'm already calling and seeing what I can get and stuff like that. I'm looking around on the internet. How soon can we get more in? You don't wait until you run out. This is what I used to do, because when you talk about replens, what's great about it is you can wash, rinse, and repeat. What I was doing was washing, rinsing. Then when I saw I was running out, I repeat. Not good enough. Momentum is the key with Amazon. Okay. You have to have that stock. Let me say another thing about replens. When I say keep stock on replens, if you're a newbie, try to shoot for 10, 15, maybe 20 replenishable items. You don't need to have a whole bunch. You just need to have some that are proven. Now, if you're new, you don't know what your replens are just yet. You have no way of knowing because you're still testing a lot of products. The only way to get help, is to know about that is to get help. On that note, if you want some help, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. It won't cost you anything and I will help you. So, but if you're new, you have to put the sweat equity in to figure out and get some proven products. This brings me to point number 3, guys. Very important. You might need to look at different products, different categories. Okay. Let me give you an example. Say, for example, you might be selling shoes and there's a lot of money to be made in shoes. But when you source shoes, you're going to spend a lot of times more money on your inventory. That's tying up more of your budget. Okay. A lot of times, and we're talking, this channel focuses on beginners. So if you're a beginner, you may not have the budget to really be focusing all over the place on shoes and stuff. A good pair of shoes, maybe you're doing Nike, that's great, Adidas, all this kind of stuff. But a good pair of shoes may cost you $35. Okay. And that $35 is on one pair of shoes. How far can you stretch that budget and have shoes sitting until they sell? Shoot, for every one pair of shoes, you might have had 10 boxes of something that costs, $350. So keep that in mind. Think about the categories that you're in. You might want to get, if you're not ungated in groceries, you might want to think about getting ungated in groceries. Okay. So you might want to get into products that move a lot faster. You may not get the margins, but remember, Amazon is a momentum-based business. If you can, settle for smaller margins in order to get your momentum going, then as you build your business, you can expand into some of the more sexy items that you really want to sell, and you can allot a certain amount to that. But those are the three things, guys, that helped me, and I feel so much better. There's so much less stress on me, because when you're getting more of your inventory back, when you know what you're doing, when you've got those replens, you really kind of move about your Amazon business with a certain level of confidence. That is key. You know what you're doing. You know where you should be focused. You're not all over the place. So remember, if you can reduce the strain on your budget, okay, if you can keep stock on your replens, if you can, possibly adjust the types of products and the categories that you're working in, those three things worked for me. I hope they work for you. If you need any help, take advantage of some of the tools that we have available for you. For example, you might want to take advantage of the Newbie Arbitrage Sourcing Quick Guide. This has things that are going to help you get products. And you might want the Newbie Cheat Sheet, especially if you're a newbie. It has a lot of things that you need to be thinking, things that should be top of mind when you're in the, Amazon business. So guys, I hope that helped. Leave comments, and, especially if you've got experience, leave some comments to help others. If you've got questions, let us know. We will answer them for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.